Yo. What's good? It's your boy Dallas the President, man. Here with a special guest, um, Mr. Petey Kerr is in the building.
Petey Pessimist, Petey Kerr on Instagram. Follow the kid.
You
We
know what
out
I'm
here.
saying? Yeah, man. So, Jay has taken one day off. You know what I'm saying? Well, I won't say he's off. He's still working, but he's not here in studio today. So, Petey was kind enough to fill in for us. So, welcome him to the show. He's been here twice or thrice before,
Twice.
but this is the first time he's filling in
Yeah.
as an official co-host. So, shout out to him for stepping up for Jay. Um, Everything's the same, you know what I mean? We still got a dope show for you tonight. Petey's gonna give his insights on the same things that me and Jay usually talk about, you know what I mean? So it should still be a dope vibe as usual. We got some new artist spotlight submissions that came through today. So we'll be featuring those, some dope videos, a couple songs. We'll also be running back one of our favorites from previous spotlights, Brody Soprano. We're gonna run his shit back because that junk, like I told y'all, that's my shit right now. But shout out to him. But yeah, it's gonna be a good show, man. And looking forward to having you on the show, man. We put together something nice. We both co-produced this episode. So yeah, we gonna let's jump right into it.
Let's do it.
Um, I think we should start with this new iPhone news. Personally, I've got mine right here in my hand. We was just talking about it before we came on air. So let's give that a
It
rundown
is the
real
most
quick.
topical story because they just like Apple dropped this press release like 10 hours ago, right?
Mhm.
Introducing what is called the iPhone 16e, right?
Okay.
And so it's the new budget-friendly iPhone. That's
Right.
basically what I read. So there used to be a budget-friendly iPhone. It was like the SE or something like that, where
Mm.
the screen size was a little smaller than the traditional, like the 16 or the 15 or the 14,
Right.
and it had like lesser capabilities. So like they brought the price point down to like 600, 700 bucks. I
Okay.
think this one starts at 800, and it's the new
No, it's
budget-friendly.
I think it was $5.99, right?
590, so 600, and I think this is the new budget-friendly iPhone, from what I understand.
Let me make sure. Yeah, $5.99, 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR OLED with a notch, because you know that matters. Apple 8 A18 chip with a 6-core CPU. Blah blah blah. 48 megapixel camera. I feel like that's different.
I think that's
Um,
better than the old one. Yeah.
Facts. And then I did read that it's gonna have like the longest battery life on any
Yeah,
phone
that's
of its
what I saw
size.
too.
Like
24 hours.
24 hours of
Which
like
makes sense, right? If you're bringing the
continuous
specs
videos.
down, but keep like the same battery as the original iPhone,
Mm.
you should just get an iPhone that has crazy
That has
battery
more
life.
battery,
Yeah.
right? I mean, for real, I think the whole thing is just a money grab, really, like with these phones and these updates, because when you really look at it, nothing's really changed over the last 10, 15 years. In terms of like technology, you get better Bluetooth, better Wi-Fi, but it's
Yeah.
like, when's the last time? Like, really think to yourself, like,
Yeah.
really think, when's the last time you used your phone and was like, fuck, I need the internet to be faster than 500
Yeah. That's fair.
megabits, which is what it's at right now. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's
So
fair.
until that shit can like microwave my lunch, I feel like
Yeah.
we not making
Well,
no
that is
real
like
progress.
so. At this point, we're at a point with the iPhone where, like, the only thing they can't really introduce anything else. Like after it went from the like the Touch ID to the Face ID,
Mm.
like there's barely anything else you could introduce. You can make it have more space. You could maybe make the like the graphics card a little better. The screen could get a little better if you guys are
Right.
constantly focus group testing new screens and stuff like that. I guess that's all
Right.
possible. But when it comes to like actual like breakneck technology that's gonna have like everybody
They're
going
not doing that
crazy
no more.
until like Apple introduces a MacBook with a touchscreen
Yo,
or
round of applause for that, because as somebody who uses like all Apple products, and not to
Yeah.
cut you off, but that's the
MacBook
one
with a
thing that I
touchscreen,
feel like would
yeah.
shut the game down. It's
A
like
MacBook with a touchscreen.
if I could just grab this joint right here and just pop this shit off and then go about my day, but they don't want to cut into their own
The
market.
only other thing would be, and I constantly talk about this with people. It's funny that's what we're talking about is like
Right.
iPhones, but like if they made like a crazy disruptive design change to the iPhone, right?
Mm.
Like if they like just like Galaxy introduced that foldable one, right? That was crazy. Like that was a disruption, right?
Right.
Like we had never seen like a foldable, like with the screen that folds and everything like that.
Mm.
Like we had never seen that. If Apple were to do something like that, I feel like that shit would go crazy. Market cap.
I
would
mean, you
go
got to
up.
think they're
Yeah.
working on it, right? Because the folding phone thing, like,
It's not
I-
that new. I think like Galaxy's had. I think Galaxy's on their fourth or fifth folded phone.
No, they're on the. I think they're on the 6th.
6.
Well, it might be 5. But either way,
which tells me it's been 5 years.
But until the price point comes down from $18.99, it's not really.
I'm a firm believer. I don't even think Apple's working on it. Just like I don't really think there's somebody at Apple working on a touchscreen.
Because they don't have to.
Yeah, I don't think there's somebody over there working on a touchscreen MacBook. I was at the Apple store today because I needed to get like a little adapter, like the USB 2.0 to the 3.0 adapter, right? And like it's a Wednesday, it's like 4 p.m. right? Like, get out of like the office real quick to get to the Apple store, and it's packed at 4 p.m. on a Wednesday.
Right.
Right. Like Apple got this hold on people, man.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying as far as like it being a money grab. It's like there's no real until a real update comes, and especially when it's the same price, right? Like it just shows you that nothing changed. Like it's just the same. It's the same shit. This one's cheaper. It's like so you probably got a worse phone. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of how they charge you for the good ones. You know what I mean? They get $18.99 for a phone that folds that do the same shit that a phone that doesn't fold do.
Exactly.
It's just I think it speaks to what you're saying. Like they just got a hold on people. But I think I can't remember where I saw it, but there was a stat that said that people are slowing down on how much they upgrade. You know, for the economy.
Yeah.
Like
I read that.
Then remember, Apple also lost that lawsuit a few years back where they got caught.
Lawsuit.
No, that too. But where they got caught.
The older iPhone's battery, the older iPhone battery would go down.
They would throttle them shits. They would throttle them so that people couldn't force people to upgrade. And if y'all watching on the YouTube, you'll see that that's the iPhone in the background there.
They've lost a lot of. Those are two big lawsuits that they lost recently. That battery one, which was great for us, and then like the one they lost to that company in Brazil, which made it so now they have to use 2.0 chargers. Like the Galaxy chargers and the new iPhone chargers are the same.
Right.
You know? Like they can't.
Well, that was the law in Europe.
Yeah,
that had
the
changed
Europe law. I thought
where
it was like Brazil or something. But
yeah. Well, that changed the game too because, like you said, I mean, it's something as simple as just being able to plug your phone in. Still hear a lot of people coming with the older iPhones. We just did that. Yeah, we did that earlier. Yeah.
I still have the older iPhone. I have my 14, I think. But 15 is when they changed it, right?
And for somebody like you, you know, who if you wanted the new iPhone, I'm sure you could get it. It just goes to especially in the business you're in, the fact that you actually use your phone to do a lot of shit, it goes to show you that you could be 3 series behind and it still do the same update, same everything else. So
I'm very particular on specs. I will tell you that. If I'm buying an iPhone, it's going to be a terabyte. Like, I need the terabyte. Right. But I will hold on. I know if I have the terabyte, I have, like, you know, everything comes with, so I think the full terabyte's like, you know, 4 gigs of RAM, 8 gigs. I think it's 8 gigs of RAM, if I'm correct. And like that will hold me for like at least 3, 4, or 5 years if I need to.
But see, like for me,
3 or 4 is my pocket though. Like I'm probably getting a new iPhone this year.
I have, I think a 250, whatever. But I have 6 terabytes of cloud storage. I had to because I maxed out of everything. Yeah. But
with Apple, you have it?
Yeah, it's like $30 a month, bro. It's mad expensive. If y'all don't know this, and if you don't have a lot of pictures, God bless you.
I use a Google Drive.
I got 50,000 photos and videos on my phone. You know
that's why I use the Google Drive. This episode's also sponsored by Google Drive.
I have a Google Drive too, but that shit is the same thing. You know, like when stopped though. When I got rid of my Android phone, that's when I stopped sharing my photos into the Google shit. So I can go back in time and see everything I did from Android from when I started with Android. Not that with Apple. But anyway, speaking of lawsuits though, and this isn't a part of the story, the show we wrote, but did you see what the airline offered the people from the other day that crashed?
I did it.
I think it was $30,000 per person.
Each.
And it didn't interfere.
Decide away right to sue.
No. That was the specific thing they said where they could still sue.
Oh.
But I guess in their mind they figure let's give this money up front and hopefully that's enough and they won't sue. I don't buy that though. Yeah. I'm sure there's a stipulation in there somewhere that
you
says
could sue, but you can't sue for this.
You can't say we didn't try to make it right.
Yeah.
But nobody's gonna. They already all got lawyers. Probably the same law firm.
I mean, I would have. Yeah, for sure.
Because there's like. One thing that I know when it comes to like monetary cases like that, where it's like when you can argue that something that's of a lot of importance can't be done without you being in fear or, you know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely, yeah.
So when you say, look, I was on that flight, that was the 5th flight I took that day or, you know, whatever, in that month, that week, and now I'm terrified to get on planes. Now I can't go anywhere. I missed the wedding. I missed this. Like life moments, when that shit starts to happen, they start to just... They try to cover that with the money. It's like, yo, you missed your kid's wedding, you missed this, you missed that, and you really can't argue with them in this case because the whole fucking plane crashed and then flipped over upside down. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't say like, oh, you selling it to say you scared to get on the plane. I know people now just from seeing these plane crashes who are like, I ain't getting on the plane. You know what I mean?
There was one today also. Did you see the one today?
Yeah, in Tucson, I think, where they crashed into each other.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, and Jose, shout out to JD Swayze, man. He made a point that the small planes crash a lot. It's just, but oh, hold on, we got a call coming in. Let me take this.
Is it a live call?
Yeah, let me see.
Oh, I have a feeling I know who it is.
Let's see. What the fuck? See, Apple on this shit already. You see that?
What the fuck, Tim Cook?
You know what I'm saying? Apple on this shit. Look at my screen tripping. Yo, caller. Who's this?
Yo, it's your boy, Jay all day, one
God.
day off.
The 1 day off. Yo, shout out to the bro, man. Shout out Jay all day on the line, man. So what's good, man? How's that 1 day off treating you? I told
It's
the people,
right, man.
I told them you won't off. I told them you was, I covered for you.
Well, no, I'm doing quality control. I'm watching the show broadcast live right now on YouTube. You guys are looking great. Pause. I see Petey with the Jeff Hamilton on over there.
Yeah, somebody
representing my chair properly.
Matter of fact, somebody said that in the chat. Shout out to the comment.
I put the hammy on for a special occasion.
I see you, my guy. I see you.
Put the hammy on for the special occasion.
But yeah, man.
You know I'll be back on Friday, my brother. I just wanted to say something about the airplane thing.
Okay, go ahead.
My neck and my back.
Facts. Like everything hurt. It hurt to think.
Man, they better cash out.
Nah, they about to. And then my thing is though, what is it gonna cost us as commuters, who use planes, right? Because they got to make that money back. And when you're talking about the amount of people on all of these flights, the families of the people who died in D.C., the families of the people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you got to pay all those people millions and millions and millions of dollars.
And I could really see it being a snowball effect to the point where there are so many victims right now from airplane crashes, not even the ones that, who passed away, and now they're
at this stage of the game. You got to pay me to get on a plane.
Yeah, and but imagine one or two of them sue, right? That's just going to snowball effect it. Everybody's going to start suing after that.
Yeah, facts.
Drive.
Yeah.
Drive to Bermuda, drive to the Bahamas.
Fact.
Try that.
No bullshit.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to stop interrupting. You guys keep killing it, man. I love you dearly. I'll be back soon.
Nah, man.
Later,
Love
brother.
you too, bro.
We'll see you on Friday.
Easy. Shout out Jay all day, man, for calling.
That's family.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Shout out to him. Like he said, he'll be back on Friday. Actually, we have a dope guest on Friday. I'll post something about that tomorrow. But it will surely be a good show, especially if you're in the music or entertainment. It's definitely somebody from outside of this area. Well, outside of the circle, it's a new guest, a voice, and a name most people probably haven't heard around here. So it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be informative. That's Friday night. Probably be a little later, maybe, but we'll see. But anyway, man. So where were we? We were talking about the plane. Shout out. My condolences. Our condolences to all the people who were affected by that, and I feel like we're saying that all too much these days, but it is what it is. But moving right along, let's jump into this ASAP shit, man.
So the ASAP shit is crazy.
Yeah, I haven't I'm gonna be honest, that the Thug trial was enough trial for like 5 years. You know what I mean? So and I'll be honest, 'cause I used to watch that shit like every day, like for real. Like not like I would do like days straight, like when it was getting interesting. This shit lasted for like a year and a half. Like it was mad long. But
and there was so
I'm
much
tired of trials now.
With it, right? Like you're watching the trial, and then right after, there's like 20 lawyers, YouTube lawyers who are like breaking down the trial and
everything. Yeah, so I was watching a lot of that. But I use pretty good what's it called? Legal
Zoom?
something. No. As far as it's a YouTube channel. I can't remember the name of it. But it seems pretty legit, and that's where I was getting most of the recap shit.
Lawyers for Workers on Instagram, and shout out to Lawyers for Workers, like that guy, because he would go to all the trials, all the hip hop trials. I think he went to, he covered that one, and then he covered a couple other ones from back, like course of time and everything too, and he would give like really good input. So like, yeah, that's definitely one.
Nah, I mean, but this trial, you want to cover that because I feel like you did a little more research than I did. I just know he got off. I know he won, and I know in the beginning people were calling him crazy for not taking the plea because of the time he was facing should he be found guilty. But yeah, what's the details on that?
So from what I read, right, ASAP Relly, who is another person out of the ASAP mob, they fell off, him and Rocky, and they randomly see each other on like a Hollywood street. Like the graphics card. I read, right? Right. So they see him on they see each other on the street. Relly alleged that ASAP shot 2 shots at him. It grazed his knuckle, didn't hit him or anything, but it grazed his knuckle, and then they both fled or whatever. And the defense, and I think you know what the defense was, and the defense was
the prop gun.
ASAP Rocky just had a prop gun from a music video. Yeah, they fell off. Rocky was just trying to scare Relly or just to fuck with him, whatever it is, and so it wasn't a real gun. That was the defense, which again, pretty decent defense.
So I was gonna stop you there and ask you that, right? Was that a decent defense? Because
what else could you say, right?
Listen,
you're in a pretty shitty spot,
bro. You're married. First of all, if I was the judge, I would have stopped that shit before he even would have said anything. I would have been like, bro, what we not gonna do is tell this jury you ain't have no gun, unless there was and again, I didn't follow this trial.
He was offered a plea deal also, where we'd have to do a little bit of jail time, and he said no to it.
Right. But
because he was adamant that I did not have.
His wife is Rihanna, bro.
She was at the trial.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is you not about imagine in chat. You could tell me what y'all feel about this. Imagine you're married to fucking billionaire Rihanna, right? One of the baddest women in the game. You got 2 kids with her. Well, I don't think they're married, but they might as well be, right?
They got 2 kids. Yeah, they got 2 kids.
You got 2 kids. You're married to one of the richest black women in the world, right? And then y'all out at fucking McDonald's because she just want to taste the normal life. You know what I'm saying? It's 7:30 in the afternoon, but it's the fall, right? So it's a little dark outside. And you got a prop gun, nigga? It's no way, bro. It's no way.
Well, again,
because imagine Rihanna. God forbid something happens to her in this botched robbery, right? And then you alive talking about something. It was a prop gun. The world, man, what? We would roast him into retirement because it just don't make no sense. You got all this money, you not defending that shit with no prop gun, bro. I'm sorry.
Most beautiful thing about the American
niggas getting shot at 7-Elevens, robbing them shits for $20.
And again, this is LA, right? It's Hollywood, but again, it's still Los Angeles, right?
Nah.
But the most amazing thing about the American judicial system, Dallas, is that the burden of proof is on
I'm not arguing.
the prosecution.
No.
So
I'm not
it's not even
that
he has to prove that he shot the guy or didn't shoot the guy. No, he doesn't have to prove that he didn't shoot the guy.
I get it.
They have to prove
They got to prove that he did it, right? Yeah. No, and I'm not arguing that.
And if you introduce enough evidence that it was hey, this is a prop gun, this is the music video it's from, this is the gun he had, this is the prop gun version.
I would love for somebody who paid attention to the trial.
No. Fair. Yeah, I would too.
No, I studied law. You know what I'm saying? I used to think I was going to be a lawyer. I'm not arguing the merit on the case. What I'm saying is. And I didn't watch the case enough to really give a solid opinion, so forgive me if y'all he's an idiot. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. Because you're right. I didn't really follow this story.
I mean, neither of us.
But,
I just
But what I'm saying is just the whole context. Somebody about to rob him today, if that's how he. You know what I'm saying? Why you? Because if you ain't have security, you walking around with all that money. Why? There's no way.
Well, I think another big
that motherfucker, the baby done shot at, killed multiple people who tried to rob him. When you're in the right, you don't have to walk around and worry about that shit. But I don't think he was in the right.
I don't think Relly had. Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Relly had anything on him. But and again, you have to look at what the downsides are, right? So he was facing 2 felony gun charges,
right?
And that was 24 years in jail, or 24 years in prison if acquitted.
That's what I'm saying. Saj,
I'm sorry, 24 years in prison if found guilty, right? He was acquitted. And he was offered a plea deal where he would have had to done I think a year, maybe 2 years.
Yeah, but he was worried it would fuck up his brands and all that.
It would fuck up his deals. And again, ASAP Rocky was very, very hot 10 years ago, 12 years ago. However, but his popularity has gone down. He's still a very, very big person in the fashion space. And I think he has a movie coming out, a Spike Lee movie coming out at the end of the year. So it really would have fucked his shit up. His wife clearly makes more money than him. That's obvious. But, if he were to go to jail for 2 years, that would really fuck his shit up. So, he had to, gamble and try to get this whole thing dropped. And if they could really orchestrate this case over it wasn't a real gun, it was a prop gun, I think the other thing they did is the defense really went out of there because Relly was on the stand for like 3 days, from what I read.
See that.
So like, if you're on the stand for 3 days, the defense's whole thing is to like make you the most not like the least credible person ever. Right. And they really shot his credibility, right? Mm-hmm. Time and time again, they were like, this is not a credible person. He's been like, perjury, lied on the stand so many fucking times.
Right.
And so I think like that's originally how they won. I think it was 12 jurors altogether, 7 guys, 5 women.
And the only reason why it took so long was because they wanted that free lunch.
Yeah, and it might have been the other way around, but
because they knew. I could tell by how they read them shits off that they knew it was innocent. They just didn't want to. I low key think on them big trials like that, there's some directive they mandate them to take a certain amount of time.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know what I mean? Because when you got all those eyes watching you, and then you want to make sure that you're being unbiased, fair, and all that you want to make it look like people actually, took their time to decide.
Yeah.
But let's talk about this though, because the police system, right, where they can tell you before the trial, like, yeah, we'll give you that, but then when you lose, it's no longer an option, as if this is some sport, as if that's something, as if that doesn't make any sense. As if to say, oh, if you're going to challenge us and make us...
Oh, you're talking about the plea deal thing?
Yeah, like when you can't get that sentence. Once you reject the plea, you go to jail for whatever you get charged.
The reason they do it is to save, like, funds, right? So, like, you take this plea deal so we don't have to spend this much more fighting your fucking case.
I don't think that's true because they make more money. They make more money doing that shit. When the stenographer is sitting there, she getting paid. Now, if the city is arguing, oh, we want crime to go down because we don't want to pay them to try these cases, sure, but to that law firm, they need crime.
Yeah.
They need people to go to those trials. The city might not like it when they're getting sued, but when it's a regular civil case or a criminal case, like, them lawyers want that money. You know what I mean?
Well, in this case, I don't
that
think...
to me is why they do that shit. Because if you say, yo, you can take this plea and get out with X amount of time, they use that, I think, to do the opposite, to force you into going to trial. Because most people who are innocent don't ever want to take a plea, but they offer a plea to you whether you, in your hearts of heart, did it or not. They don't even know if you did it or not.
Fact.
We ain't go to trial yet. So if you can even say, yeah, you might have did this or did that, and it's worth 40 years in jail, but we'll give you 10 years with 9 suspended, 1 year in jail, and 10 years of probation. That's like playing just games with people's lives when you then say, nah, never mind. Take it back. You made us go to trial, so go to jail.
Yeah.
That shit is stupid. Like, that shit is stupid, and I don't know that, like, and maybe that is the justification, what you said, but I don't think that's what they'll say.
I think it is. I think it primarily has to do with, like, like the DA's office, the district attorney's office for whatever state has an X amount of money that they can allocate toward cases, right? And they have to distribute that, like, based on the cases that they can win and, like, the evidence that they have. Right. So if they can just shoot 10 plea deals out and 5 of these guys accept it, they're saving so much money. And, yeah, they're going to go away for a little while, get a lot of probation. They'll have to pay court fees, whatever, so they'll make a little bit of money back. But they'll save so much money with lawyer fees and whatever. Because, again, the DA's making a check. All of the people that work in the DA's office are making a check. And if there's one less case that they're focused on, that's so much more money that just the state of California or the state of Vermont or whatever, the state of whatever is, like, saving. So I think that has a huge, like, that's a huge variable that goes into it. And I think the rest of it is exactly what you said, where, like, they're just trying to get the easy way out, get them in through the door, or even if they have to go to trial, then they know which cases to focus all of their time on, because they don't want to go to trial with 10 cases. They're okay with maybe going 4, right, because they can, like, spread the funds out evenly, so try to get plea deals for the other 6. Again, I mean, I'm not a lawyer either.
I know of a situation, we'll say it like that, right, where the person was in that very situation where they knew that they didn't do what was being charged. Not necessarily, no, they did the thing, but it wasn't in the context of how the prosecutor, and then in their case, the prosecutor, without knowing, because they weren't there, you know what I'm saying, in her mind, she just got to win.
Right.
So her whole, like, attitude isn't to get to the bottom of it. It's to trip you up. It's to get you to say one thing when you meant something else. Like, you can see them, like, it's a game. It's a game. And when you look at those rules, and they'll say it's law, but law is law, but law rules, they kind of synonymous. You know what I'm saying? Like a law rule is the same thing. But when you word it differently, when you say rule, it sounds like a game, right? So we call them laws. But when they play with it like that, it starts to seem more like rules that they're moving, bending. Even now, look at Trump. These are laws that he's breaking.
Yeah.
There's laws that he broke.
100%.
Like they're saying now that just him shutting down and how he's reallocating these funds and all that shit, which is the only thing he's able to do is reallocate funds and positions.
He's
and
not allowed to shut down government agencies. He's not able to shut.
Right, and they know that. Yeah. They've admitted it, but they're saying, well, fuck it, basically. You know what I mean? Like,
and
what we gonna do?
They have their chess pieces on the board where they need to be, right? Like, and down to like the person who granted, Trump's motion earlier this week, right? These are. If it's not a Republican judge, it's like a Democratic judge that's for Trump for whatever reason or recently switched or whatever. So, he really has the ability right now to, just tiptoe through the entire government and the judicial system to get what he wants, which is crazy. I completely agree with it. Just like a couple weeks ago, everybody was going crazy because there was a bunch of, 19 to 23-year-old kids who now had all this access to this fucking Social Security information.
And I think that's where people have to stop acting like the man is just a mindless buffoon.
If people get this $5,000 check, I think everybody's going to start looking the other way.
No, I mean, what I'm saying is like we've said before, we don't stand on either side, but I will stand and say I am not a fan of Trump. And, we could argue economics. I'm not here to do that with y'all in the chat, so don't start that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have no problem. You've heard me before say that's a good idea, and we're about to get into what you just alluded to. But when it comes to the morals and principle of the man, I can't fuck with it, right? But people have to start giving him credit and the whole Republican Party credit for sticking to forming a plan, sticking to it, and then fucking carrying that shit out. Yeah. I can't be mad. Like when they say, oh, they represent the people, it's like, yeah, I wish I would start saying the truth and saying you represent the majority of folks who voted for you, not the people. Because when you're doing something that goes directly against what I believe in, you're not representing me, you know what I'm saying?
And I think he should prove that too, because pardoning all of the January 6th guys
that's
wild.
That's favor, right?
That's wild.
But and
if Obama did something like that, the right would have lost it.
It would be over. If anybody does that going forward, that's what it's going to be, because he set the precedence now for where they're gonna feel that they have to do something about it, and that's God willing we make it through these next 4 years or 8, who knows? The good die young, the bad die looking like the queen. You know what I'm saying? Old as fuck. He ain't going nowhere. Yeah. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere.
I will say one thing, and again, just to play devil's advocate a little bit, after 4 years of Biden, seeing somebody who is, again, a significant senior, this man is in his late 70s.
79.
But the way he speaks to the press, the way I'm sure he's speaking to world leaders, this guy knows what he's talking about. He is still extremely sharp. I don't see any.
I actually think he's sharper now
than he was
in terms of what he presents.
Yeah.
Than he was
I think maybe in 2016 and 2020, I don't even think he took the presidency as seriously as he's taking now, and I think that makes this guy a force to be reckoned with, and B, there's a lot of stuff that I'm iffy about. This whole Gulf of America thing, not crazy about that. And a couple other things that I could definitely mention at a different time. But
it's that nationalism thing. But we, here it's more under the microscope. We'll call it white nationalism. Yeah. But they're starting now to zoom out. And now they're looking at what America looks like as a whole to people outside of here. And then without saying, oh, this is the home of all the white folks, they go with that American pride, nationalism approach, because that's all that is when you look at renaming the shit. When you're that worried about that, bro, that's the shit you think about.
And again, it's just driving focus away from other shit that's going on with Doge and everything else. But doing something a little like this, getting a little bit of fucking press coverage, it just shifts the news cycles, right? You have more time to do the sneaky shit that you're fucking doing, and I don't doubt that that's what's happening at all.
And I don't know the factual numbers, but I feel like most countries aren't democratic. Right, you know what I'm saying? So it's when you look at other nations like Russia and China and even both Korea, well, North Korea specifically, but when you look at these communist and dictator nations and shit, they vibe with his whole vibe. So they look at him like them because they know that he's the type to want to be a dictator. Yeah. So they're not like
they party the same way.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So they're not looking at it. They're looking at it like, shit, he might drop a bomb on us for real. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because he don't care about his people. Why would he care about us?
And yeah, like, and like, you know, think about poker terms, bro. Like that is somebody who probably bluffs a lot, but assuming he's bluffing and calling him out on it, and you're wrong, and you're wrong, you're fucked. You're fucked. You're just like, that's the worst thing that could fucking happen. If you catch him, great, but you being wrong is so much worse than you being right.
Well, what I think what's gonna happen soon, and if it doesn't happen soon, we're doomed. Like the good old boy, like the Republicans with the white hair that's been around for a while, they got to take a stand. Because if they don't,
I don't see that happening.
I mean, but I'm just saying, like, we talked about this before on the show a few days ago, where pay attention to Mitch McConnell's votes. You know what I mean? He the last of the civil people. You know what I mean? And I can't stand Mitch McConnell. But and it's funny how I've digressed in my opinions of these people, because I got videos from '08 where with Romney and Obama burning Romney stickers at my college. Like, but I'd pay some money to have him back. You know what I mean? Like, same thing with John McCain, Ted Kennedy. Like, at least they had common sense. You know what I mean? And they were willing to say, you know, like when John McCain was up there and the lady was like, Obama's a terrorist.
R.I.P. John McCain.
Obama's a terrorist. And he's like, no, bitch. No, bitch. Go sit down. You know what I mean? Like, Trump would have been like, you're damn right. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like we're missing that now.
There was a little class to the Republican Party before, and it's not as classy as it used to be.
And I think they need to think about renaming the party, because now I feel.
Oh, you think they need a branding change?
No, because I don't think it's them. I think the people who are following never really identified with the Republican Party. That was just the better of two evils. You know what I mean? Yeah. Independents never win. All they do is steal votes from the person who was likely to win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair.
So I think they're just going with their feelings. I don't think there's very many people voting on the more like the 80s Republican thought process. You know what I mean? Like,
so like back then Republicans were a lot more polarizing with views wise. Now that so many of them have shifted a little bit, like obviously there's stuff that they care about significantly, but it's not like the 80s, right? Where they're all gung ho one way and every Republican's a hardcore Christian, and like it's not like that anymore, which is great. Like, you know, it's the evolution of the party, but it comes with significantly less class, because they have a lot less of a window of where they could show like true loyalty, right? Whatever Trump is saying, they're going with. So like Trump is basically dictating the motion of the party, which that's not how Republicans work. There's some things you guys should just be against, and Trump's swaying away from that, which makes it an issue.
Well, and I think another thing what it is there used to be a time where certain thought processes or ideas were like taboo, and you couldn't say it out loud, right? So you end up losing a lot of those people if they think that you're not someone who, if they said what they wanted, the quiet part out loud, that they would say what you think, right? So what he did was he changed that mindset to where he started saying wild shit out loud, and then those people, and then embraced the people who came out and supported them. So if they came out and said when the white nationalists did that march in Charlottesville, he was like,
the Proud Boys,
good people on both sides. And you know what's crazy? That was probably true. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a lot of people who got roped into that shit. I'm sure there was some people there.
The press coverage, though, like, will you denounce the Proud Boys? Will you denounce the Proud? And he wouldn't do it. Yeah.
But and when I say I'm sure that's true, I mean there's a lot of people who follow what they follow, not because they're bad people. They came up in a whole different mindset and was raised a whole different way.
Principles, right and different theory, different foundation of growth.
Yeah, right and wrong is relative. Yeah. Jeffrey Dahmer thought he was right.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, he thought because he wanted what he wanted, that what he did was okay. Like, that's backwards thinking. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine you like grew up in a southern town, your parents like kind of racist, always talking about how people are coming from different countries and stealing our jobs, yada yada yada, and you end up going to school and you see a person just like the ones that your parents.
You witness one robbery, just one robbery. You see a black person do one crazy thing, and it's like, oh, that bitch was right.
That should taint your perspective. It taints your perspective. You carry it with you. That bias lives with you. Like, it happens. We see it every single day. Is it as bad as it was in like the 70s, 80s? Maybe not, but it's not a lot better.
And as black and brown people, one thing that we will always have to do that white people won't is that there's white people in parts of America that will never have to interact with the person of color. either because we're not there or they're not here.
The closer to the south you get,
and then
even in Virginia, like if we drive to a different part of Virginia, I'm sure you would not see.
I could blindfold you, drive you 20 minutes. You think I teleported you to Iowa?
Yeah.
Like literally, there's you know that you go right up 28, and it look like we in Middle America.
Past,
you know what I mean?
Past Loudoun County, Ashburn, Leesburg, past that.
Especially that way.
Between there and like the casino, between Charlestown. Yeah, it's crazy.
But anyway, man, you know, before I think we should we're gonna jump to one more quick subject while we're on just this Trump shit, and that's that Doge dividend shit that Elon Musk announced today. So I don't know if any of you know this, but today Elon Musk proposed a plan called the Doge dividend, which aims to distribute $5,000 in tax refund checks to American taxpayers. The idea is to use the savings generated by the Department of Government Efficiency, which Musk heads, and the proposal suggests that if Doge achieves its goal of saving $2 billion in federal spending, 20% of those savings, $400 billion, would be returned to the taxpayers as rebate checks. So they're looking to save $2 trillion. That'd be 5,000. I've heard two different things: 5,000 per household or 5,000 per family per person. That's impossible because they're not giving infants $5,000. So I'm sure there'll be some stipulations like the COVID checks. But
I think if you're single, I think you get like 5,000. I think couples get like 10 or something like that. So if you're married or whatever, then it's like per couple. Yeah.
So how do we feel about this? I mean, me personally, if that wall of receipts that they be talking about where they ain't provide a single itemized nothing yet, I feel like if it's true, it's a good, what can I argue? Especially if the money's coming from money that was already being wasted, right? I really can't sit here and be like, on its face, that's a bad thing. My only concern is that they're telling us the truth or not. If they're telling us the truth or not. Because until you come out and say, look, because they were like, there was people who were listed as 140 years old, still collecting Medicaid and shit. Like, it's like, all right, if that's true, that's something very easy that you can show people. Yeah, don't tell me no shit like that. And
all Musk tweeted out was like a Microsoft Excel 6x6 table.
And they said that was because he didn't know how to read the charts the way that the people, like there's a special way to read the shit. I've seen something like that. But as far as the Doge dividend, what I don't like is the blatant insider trading shit that he's doing with Doge. And I'm somebody who holds a lot of Doge. My thing is that it can't be legal for one person and then wrong for everybody else. Because they'll say legally, oh, this stands for the Department of Government, and he'll act like it has nothing to do with
the coin.
Just adding the word fucking dividend to Doge ties it even deeper in the stocks. And
that's a stretch.
Bro, that's a psychological thing. No, because if
you think Doge is gonna go up because dividend,
it has. It has. People have just. That's how Doge.
Well, it's been around for such a long time. Are you worried about a rug pull? Is that what you're worried about?
No, I'm saying it shouldn't be fit. Like he knows what he's doing. Yeah. He knows what he's doing. There's no way that Donald Trump came up with the name fucking Doge. It's no way.
I don't think so.
So when a person,
I think Elon made it. I think it was a crazy coincidence. I think it was a crazy coincidence.
It's no way, bro. All the money I've made on Doge, half of it was because he said some shit on Twitter.
Yeah, fair. I believe you.
If he said some shit on Twitter, the shit'll go up.
I believe.
If he posted a picture of the dog, the shit go up.
Yeah.
And when he did that, the shit went up.
Yeah. But again, the fact that Doge also could be an acronym for Department of Government Efficiency is just a crazy coincidence.
No way.
And they figured it out.
Do y'all think that's a coincidence? Let us know in the chat.
He came up with the coin at least 3-4 years ago, maybe even longer than that, during the whole crypto craze, right? That wasn't a long game. Yeah, I'm going to come up with the coin, and then 2022 or 2024.
That's exactly what it is the long game. And especially when you see them still announcing meme coins when everybody knows them shit a brick.
Doge was supposed to be a meme coin that he made based off of the meme of the little dog, right? Of the little.
And people still
remember
holding
the dog,
lots
the Serbian or whatever dog it was. It was
the Shiba Inu.
The Shiba Inu. Yeah, the Shiba Inu. That's the dog, and that's why it was Doge, right? Because it was a funny a Gen Z or whatever way of saying dog or some shit like that. That's why it was called Doge. The fact that it also is an acronym for Department of Government Efficiency is just a crazy coincidence. Right? That's like you meeting somebody with your exact same birthday and you guys become homies. That's all it is.
Somebody said
it's a crazy coincidence. It works out great.
Somebody said it's no way it's a coincidence. It's calculated.
It's just a crazy thing to calculate.
No, I think it's crazy. I think it's way crazier.
The coin's been around. When did the coin start? 2021, 2020?
Yeah, but so what? He's been pumping them since then. It's no way he went into because we
Knowing
still don't know.
That in 3 years,
I'll say this:
Trump's gonna win. I'm gonna get into the White House and I'm gonna make a department.
No. It's definitely something that came up after the conversation about him working for the White House. Obviously, like I don't think he was thinking that deep, but I think once he got into it and said, "Damn, I can have access to money. I can see who's spending money on what, and I can." Like that's what they're doing. That's where the concern is.
I believe you. Yeah,
so
that I believe.
So once he angles it to be about finance, once that thought's in his mind, and then he has access to these things, there's no fucking telling what he could be our greatest hero, and we don't know it yet.
Yeah, that's true.
He could be backdooring Trump. Pause. And
like, I do believe that. For what I agree with you there because. Like,
using Trump as an idiot. Like,
no, but like agree with you there as in like after Trump gets to office, Musk starts talking to Trump and he's like, all right, I could definitely use this to get into the government, whatever. He didn't come up with this idea back in 2020 or whatever when he came up with Dogecoin.
I'm not saying that.
That's what I was thinking. So we're on the same page there.
Yeah, no. I don't think that was his long game.
Also, I don't think Musk is a greedy individual, right? I don't think he wants.
Because he's a fucking billionaire.
He has all of the money in the world.
His family's rich.
Also he sold PayPal, right? So
but
he made so much money selling PayPal.
His mom is literally like rich as fuck.
I think after selling PayPal, he had made more money than what his family was worth.
No, because in 2008, when the market collapsed, he was 6 seconds away. Because Elon used to be like one of my idols.
Really? Before the Tesla thing?
Yeah, when he was traveling to Russia to buy missiles to turn them into rockets, and all the people at NASA and Buzz Aldrin and all them niggas laughed at him, had him crying and shit because he was like, my heroes told me, I won't shit, blah blah blah. I was like, that's fucked up. And then he went and started SpaceX, and then from there I was always a space kid, like watching the shuttles and all that. So then in 2008, when he got ambitious and did this shit with Tesla, and the shit almost went under. He was one sandwich away from everything going.
He always says how Tesla was the first American car company that didn't need a government buyout.
I literally almost ordered a Tesla like it was a sandwich, like yesterday, when I saw that new deal they're running, the $299 for the Model Y on the lease.
That's why I have one. I made the.
But you bought yours though.
Yeah,
right?
I bought mine.
Yeah, see,
but I bought it after the tax break. So you got a tax credit.
$299.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could own a Tesla right now for the same price as like a Honda Accord.
Yeah. Well, I don't care if it's a lease. I have no you see how I travel. I'm going home here. So but it's $3,000 down, $299 on mine.
You'll save that $3,000 in just gas in the year for the year. You'll just the first 6 months you'll save that in gas.
This is not a sponsorship endorsement of Tesla.
Elon, we won't. Money.
None of them niggas. Yeah. This is just
drive a Honda.
Car conversation.
Or anything else that is or isn't a Tesla.
Right. But look, yo, we gonna jump into a break right here. We'll be back with some more news. We got some fashion shit for you and a couple other things.
Don't let the government do whatever they want just because they give you $5,000 one time.
That's for damn sure. Yeah. But all them COVID checks have got people already ready for that shit. But anyway, we'll be right back, yo. It's your boy Dallas the President here with
Paper Plane Petey Kerr.
You know what I'm saying? We'll be back. It's Beyond the Mic Live. You heard? Yo, 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 yo. We're back, man. It's your boy Dallas, the president, here with.
His favorite playing Petey Kerr.
Yeah, man. It's Beyond the Mic Live, season 2, episode. What are we? 11? Episode 11.
You and Jay are cranking these things out, man.
Yeah, man. Episode 36? 36? 36? Yeah, because it's 25 in each season. But yeah, man, episode 36, man. It's good to still be around. You know, we try to keep the show fresh for y'all. We've also been adding some updates to the set. If I could turn the camera around, I'll show you. But I'm not about to do that. But yeah, Petey can tell you. You see that shit.
Yeah,
shit
no,
everything
looks crazy.
We don't have a big audience in here.
Every time I walk in here, there's like something new.
See you later. Yeah, I mean, we try to keep it fresh, man, and for us, you know what I mean? Because, hold on, we're lighterless right now.
Damn, I don't know where mine went.
I just had it. See, this is the type of shit.
There it is. There we go.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's the universe. Hold on, she got it. She got it.
Perfect.
Shakira, you can grab me that lighter, please. Thank you. But nah, it's right here. But yeah, man. So we're back. I forgot what I was about to say. Fuck it.
We're back. And so we talked about a lot of stuff.
We talked about a lot of shit. I definitely loved the conversation. I think everybody, specifically, the stories we spoke about today I think are pretty important, especially on the political side, that we should definitely be keeping our ear to as a people. And I think that can be said about everything that's going on in politics these days, because as you can see, don't be the person that's interested when, like you said, they dangling a carrot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because you'll dangle that carrot, walk right the fuck off a cliff.
Yeah.
You know
that
what I mean?
So like, carrot ain't shit. Like,
I could tell you from somebody who's in the politics, it's like in my name. You feel me? Like, it's he said crazier shit that's been negative.
Yeah.
Than that $5,000.
And he didn't even suggest that.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
some completely different government official or whatever suggested that.
I think Elon did it. But here's my thing. This could be the start of him having that backdoor plan of actually being fucking somebody to the people. Because again, we can't keep calling them crazy, right? We can call them crazy when crazy shit happen. But if they start to hit their notes and shit starts to go right, you got to give that up too, right?
Yeah, you're right.
You know, not because we have to. It's like he's in the position. He's the president. So we'll see. You know, jury's still out. But moving on, man. This is something we don't cover a lot, but I thought that was important to cover because you see this man's jacket. You know, he clearly knows a thing or two about fashion. You know what I'm saying? With the Hamilton on and shit. Y'all young bucks don't even know who or what that means. But so there's Nike. Nike's doing things.
So
what's Nike doing, man?
So they've been retroing a lot of sneakers lately, right? So like this year we've already gotten, they just did the Band Jordan 1. So the Band Jordan 1 just came back out. Last year we saw, I think they do reimagined versions of a Jordan 3 and a Jordan 4, the white cement and the bread. And now we just saw they retro the Galaxy Foamposite.
That they just announced.
So the Foamposite was already due for a retro, so we were expected to see those. But I expected a way more coveted and exclusive release for the Galaxy Foamposite just because of, the numbers it did 10, 12 years ago. When I was in high school and the Galaxy Foamposite first came out, I remember stories of people getting shot, people standing in lines for days on end. Right. To this day, the 2012 pair, if you go on StockX, I think still goes for like $3,500, $4,000.
Bro, like I told you off air, the Galaxy Foams, the 2012 jumps, those were the sneakers I built the whole Gallery 66 Haven in. Like
that sneaker was
they had got like a scuff on them, and it was the end of it for them, right? Then I literally by the end of it, them shits were like 5 pounds heavy. They had like cement on them, like paint, but I would still rock them shits, bro. Like, it became a whole aesthetic, like my painted jeans and all that shit. Like I still rock them shits.
That's real
and people still was pointing it out, even with all this shit on them.
That is real sneakerhead shit. Where you have like a crazy expensive pair of shoes, but you're just beating them to death.
Nah, and I'm not even. My thing is, I'm not even a sneakerhead, right? Like so. But I knew their worth. Yeah. Right? I grew up in Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? So I always knew the value of like a good sneaker, but I just could never, I won't say we couldn't afford it. Sneakers weren't, I was mindful enough that sneakers weren't that serious.
That's fair.
You feel me? Like, but I
well,
always respect. Yeah.
New pair, 2025.
I'm trying to get them shits.
So retail is 230, which is like I think maybe it might be more. I think it might be like
no, it's 230.
It's 230.
Yeah.
So and again, that's kind of wild too because I remember the retail of foam posits was like 200 when Jordans cost like 160, 150, 140.
So you thought they'd be over 3?
I thought it would be like I thought retail's gonna be like at least like 260, 250, 260 around that ballpark.
How much were the DC Jones that just came out?
I think they were around the same. I think 232. So like that's surprising. But like what was crazy surprising is the release wasn't exclusive or coveted. They come out next week. They've already had a couple pre-releases.
Nah, they come out Friday.
So they come out this Friday. They've already had a couple pre-releases. So a lot of stores got them beforehand. A lot of like people got them beforehand. A lot of back doors got them beforehand. I was offered a pair multiple times for like $350, $400. Right, with a 230 retail, $350, $400 is not a lot to pay for a sneaker before it comes out. So right now the price is $350 on StockX, which again for a sneaker that hasn't come out just $120 over retail, so 33% over retail. That's not wild, especially when that 2012 pair still goes for $4,000 on StockX.
Right.
So the hype has gone down a significant.
So what's
amount.
up? How many we getting?
We can get as many as you want, but I don't think it's going to be a good investment. I think they're going to be going for retail.
We could sell them here.
Yeah, we could, but I don't think they're going to be going for more than retail. So what would we sell them for that people would rather get them here compared to like getting them for close to retail online?
I mean, I think they are. I mean, we $10.
Yeah, fair. Like
$10, $15 just for the. Well, we could always have a convenience fee. You walk in here for a party, it's like nigga, you ain't even expect to buy these. You ain't expect to see these until you know. So
that's not a bad idea.
You do 300. You do 300 easy. A nigga will buy them if you like. Yo, they right here. That's the only one we got.
Yeah,
size 11. We get 2 12s, a 10 and 11. We be alright.
11 to 12 and to 13, I feel like would work really well right here.
You know what I'm saying?
But I don't see them going for a lot after release day. I think a week, 2 weeks from now, anybody's gonna be able to get them for retail. And I think it's primarily because the kids nowadays
they don't get it.
They don't get it, and B, they're not wearing clothes that really highlight the silhouette, right? Like with this whole fisherman aesthetic thing going on, like the crop shirts and then like the baggy pants and stuff like that. I don't know if I don't know if a heavy foam posit is just what these kids are gravitating to. Like they're wearing like boat shoes and
that's crazy.
And fucking Vans and like Nike Dunks and like some real like derbies. Derbies are really big fucking now, and Crocs and shit like that. You don't see heavy basketball shoes just being a traditional norm, right?
Well, I also feel like it's the area we live in too, right? Because like if you go to a mall like south of Williamsburg, you go to the 757, you see way different fashion in the stores. You know what I mean? So I think what it is here, even like when I was in high school, I worked at Foot Locker, Kids Foot Locker, Lady Foot Locker, Finish Line. Like I was like the Black Al Bundy, bro. But like back then in Alexandria, same thing. Asics, Saucony's, it was all running shoes because they catered to the demographic that you in. So around here, it's mad Spanish niggas. We got steel toes. You know what I'm saying? We got some steel toe boots. You might see 1 or 2 of the Nike releases and shit that we get, that come out. But you can't go in the store here and see no line that around the mall because they went getting sneakers because they don't sell them. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think that's why in this area we don't see that. But we'll see. I'll go in the mall tomorrow or on Friday and see if anybody even has them shit. I know for a fact Foot Locker don't got them. The Foot Locker here is the worst Foot Locker.
Oh, the one in Manassas? Yeah, I wouldn't expect that. World. But there's a couple stores around here specifically that would. Shout out somewhere in D.C.
Well, no, but I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the big stores. Like
like Foot Locker, Champs, Finish Line.
Yeah. Like I used to be able to go there and get your sneakers.
Yeah, like we used to line up. Yeah, that's not the case anymore. You got to sign up for a raffle online.
I hate that shit.
You might hit, you might not. You got to sign up for like 30 of them shits. Like, yeah, that's the only way it works.
And when you would think that with that being the process, you wouldn't have to worry about no sneakers selling out because you could go on Nike ID right now and make any fucking sneaker you could possibly think of.
Oh, but that's not the same.
But it shows you that they can be made in a way.
Oh yeah,
That you.
Well, Nike has to limit them themselves to keep driving, keep
Because when you got to do the raffles and all that shit, it's like to me that's all.
But it makes people want the shoe more. If anything was crazy available, nothing would do well.
I don't even think crazy available is like what it would have to be to just be a little more accommodating on trying to get it. Because it used to be you could go to a store, just like the iPhones, perfect example. You used to be able to go to the store, niggas be out there in tents, fucking 4 days before the shit even come out, sleeping outside because they knew that the store was going to get 150, a good number. Now you go pre-order only. Because they doing drop shipping on these fucking phones.
The lines are only a thing now for like certain retailers. right? Like
Yeah.
the
Like the
days
niche,
of like
the boutique style
the
shit.
boutique style retailers, absolutely. Like the years or the era where you were lining up in front of Finish Line or Champs or Foot Locker is
done.
gone. Yeah, that's done.
That's done.
But with that being said, like the fives that just came out, so the metallic fives, they just retroed those. Those came out a couple weeks ago. They're still doing pretty good numbers, right? So retail's
Right.
220. I think on average the resale price right now is like 320, 330. Right?
Mm.
That's a great shoe to get into the store for like a cheap price. So like you could really resell that because again you're gonna get a good amount per pair to make it worth it, right? I don't see the Foamposite doing well. Maybe in DC it does really well. Did like
I don't.
DC,
Did the DC Jones do well?
they sold out of the stores that they were available in here, but I don't think that they were bought for people to resell as much as they were bought by people who just embraced the Foamposite as an institution. Embraced the
Like the
Foamposite as the
992s and shit back
exactly.
in the day. Nike
As the
boots and
institution
shit.
that it is, yeah.
I mean, I feel like why is it that New Balance keeps renumbering their?
Well, they've seen a
Basically.
crazy resurgence the past couple of years too. Like 10 years ago, nobody except people in DC gave a fuck about the 992s.
It was the 992s though. I
Yeah.
feel like back then.
So like now they're like with the collaborations they've done in the past couple of years, it has really like set them apart, right? Bringing Salehi Bembury on, and that was like not an expensive collaboration, right? He was like obviously he was at Versace beforehand, but he was virtually unknown in the budget sneaker game. So bringing him on, crazy good insight right there. Bringing Joe Freshgoods on, crazy insight over there. Bringing the Teddy Santis, the I'm a Leon Dore
do
guy,
you feel that
crazy
they're
insight.
catering too much to the sneakerhead and not doing enough to make new sneaker fans? Because I feel like it's becoming like sneakers are becoming just a thing for people who fuck with sneakers, right? And that the kids, because how did we get into sneakers? I got into sneakers. We see a niggas get robbed, and they throw them up over the fucking, throw your shit over the fucking telephone pole, yo. And you just be standing there like, damn, can we get up there? Like literally looking at them shits like them Jordan ones look nice. Like how can we get up there? About to get electrocuted. Sending the little slow kid on the block like, yo, just you almost there. Like his ass gets zapped like shit.
Today specifically, the kids are so obsessed with aesthetic. I don't even think colorways matter as much, right? These kids are just looking for practical silhouettes that they can like wear with anything. And I think that's what New Balance does really well because they're not making wild high tops and shit you gotta wear skinny jeans for. You could wear any type of pants and wear a New Balance. And kids are really, really gravitating toward that. So like, they have the chunky ones, they have the regular ones, the 990. I personally love the 990. I have 2 pairs of 990s. I wear them all the time. Like, and I don't think that one's a 990, is it? I think that's a 574.
Hell
no. No? I think it's a 574.
906.
906? All right. So again, like that's a great looking silhouette right there.
Yeah, and then these things, like you said, they go. Oh, fuck, shit, about to knock the whole sit down.
What is that one?
997.
That's
Yeah,
the
see,
997.
those are 997s.
And
I used to
then-
sell a lot of those in high school.
Yeah, like that's like
A lot,
timeless
like,
silhouette
a lot.
here in DC. But again, people are catching on to it like crazy. But the Foamposite was another one from back in the day, but I don't think it held on to the longevity that the 990 did. And that's just like a realization, I guess.
Well, what happened to the Nike boot? Like
I
the
think-
AKGs and shit. Like them shits just
I don't
died
trust
out. Huh?
anybody who wears Nike boots.
So it like it's like the black Air Forces.
It is 100% equivalent to the black Air Force. If you were like
No,
a
especially if they got the ones that don't got the bubble in it. If
Yeah.
they got just the regular AKGs,
oh,
with the
like
flat
the
sole,
Gore-Tex Nike
yeah,
boot.
you run away from
With
that
the Nike
person.
Tech. Oh,
Oh
my
yeah,
gosh,
run away.
yeah.
You're about to
With
get
the
robbed.
yeah,
You
I'm
probably
out
got
of
robbed
it.
already. Didn't
I'm
realize it.
I'm out of it.
Like nah.
The Nike Tech and the Nike boot combo. The only thing in those pockets is 3 dice, and you don't.
That's
you don't,
hilarious.
you
What
don't
do you
wanna
think
know
about
the
Central C saying he invented the wave?
That's
and
cap.
Nike?
That's
I was about to
cap.
say. I was
Yeah.
about to say. I,
I
hope he
mean,
don't.
I will say that like British people have significantly less style than Americans, so the fact that they would just fucking put on like a Nike Tech and go outside is fine. It requires zero fucking effort whatsoever.
Niggas been wearing
but-
tech suits for dumb.
But like we've had Nike Techs forever. Like
Because even if you go outside of the tech, you go
Yeah.
back to like the early 2000s. The
New
velour
Yorkers
suit,
have been
I
wearing.
was about to say the
New Yorkers
velour
been
suit
wearing
era.
Techs, yeah, since
like,
the 2000s. Yeah.
Like, and I'm not saying velour is a text. I'm just saying the idea of a matching set suit. Yeah. Like you can't try to take that.
Yeah.
Like
we've seen that happen since the 80s. Right?
I ain't never heard this nigga Central C. You know, but I'm an old head. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I'm not supposed to know.
He does wear a lot of Nike techs.
But I don't know a singular person, bro.
I've never seen Central C wear one fit where I was like, damn, that's a fire.
Well, I've never seen a single person say anything about him. You know what I'm saying? In my demographic, the people I see, for him.
I like his music.
I'm not saying anything.
I don't think he can dress, but I do like his music.
I'm not saying anything about his music. What I'm saying is to make that claim and say I started that wave, but I don't know nobody. But I've seen them in tech suits. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like that can't be true.
Like they don't know.
That's no shade to Central C. Like I'm sure he's great.
Central C doesn't hold enough weight around people.
Oh shit. Oh,
you know Jay has something to say.
He got an opinion about this. We got to hear that.
Jay has something to say about
Hold on. Yo, Jay all day. What's good, man?
Yo, my nigga. First of all, Nike boots are fucking for shooters. They gotta have the bubble. Dallas was right.
Gotta have the bubble.
And then Central C is 14 years old. Like, shut the fuck up.
Right. Exactly.
Yo, my nigga. That is so much cap.
Nah, man.
I do like his music, but like, the Nike Tech thing.
Nah, he's alright. He's all right as a rap. He's a cheeky bloke. But the dude is, he did not get us hip to freaking no damn. Nigga, we got Dabber Tech suits hanging in the gallery right now. Like, stop playing with me.
Yeah, facts.
Right there.
That's facts. That's facts.
Matter of fact, Shakira, can you grab one of those for me? Let's shoot it.
I'm like almost insulted that he said that. Like, yo, bro, he's like freaking at best 25 years old. Like, oh my God, he don't need like
a sweatsuit.
Oh my God.
And he only got popping like a handful of years ago. So, and Nike Techs have been again around for decades.
Peter, you know I get my Trap Lord Ross on.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying?
Guys, we have these available.
I peeped the Central C joint.
We have these available at the Haven. Well, this material's fantastic.
Nah, this shit is good.
I think he's an industry plant.
You say he's an industry
Yo, it's
plant.
invisible. It's invisible.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Got the pants and all that.
It's invisible.
No, it's invisible.
It's the worst. Oh, it is? That's funny. But you know what?
It's invisible.
Hold on.
That's our new invisible tech right there. Make sure you cop that.
That's funny as shit.
That's funny as shit.
That's my collaboration with Isaac Mizrahi.
And when you put it on, you disappear. You know what I'm saying? You
go,
yo,
that's my YN edition right there.
I didn't even realize that shit was green because it's green. I'm looking at the screen. It looked normal.
That's my new Invisi tech, yo. I can't believe you gave him that drop before spring.
That's just Harry Potter technology.
Coming 2027.
That's invisibility cloak technology.
That shit is funny.
No, but like, listen,
she just
Central C capping. Like, that's bullshit. I'm upset. I even said his name 3 times. I'm like so disappointed in myself.
Nah, man, but shit. I mean, shout out to him for being so.
But again, you gotta look at
for being so. What's the word? Facetious.
Yeah,
but like you gotta look at news stories, right? If people are mad at him for claiming that, like that means people are talking about him. That's what the fuck a rapper.
Well,
that's because they're my age and they're like, yo, what the fuck is this kid talking about? He still wears pull-ups.
This is an old news story though. I just thought about it when we were talking about fashion.
All right, good. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not saying that to you. I'm saying that happened a few weeks ago where he said that.
He also wears a do-rag.
No, yeah, he definitely did, but he
invented the do-rag too.
Yeah,
he invented the do-rag.
Apparently,
he wears a do-rag every day, and I have no idea.
I heard he invented the face tat.
Nah, if that nigga say he invented the do-rag,
him and Soulja Boy.
If he say he invented the do-rag, I'm making a diss track.
All right, John, I'm out.
Hey, all right, bro, be easy, man. We catch you on Friday.
Right.
But yeah, man. Phone posits Friday, 21st.
Friday. Phone posit. The Galaxy Phone Posit comes out. This sneaker is a Washington D.C. institution, and the 2012 pair still goes for $4,000. And 12 years later, this one isn't breaking 400 before release date. And I think it really shows what the shift in the sneaker culture has come to, where it's at right now, and like we're moving the needle in a completely different direction. And I don't know whether that's good or bad, but as an OG sneaker, well, I don't even say I'm an OG sneakerhead. I'm like a middle of the road sneakerhead. I think it's pretty crazy to see. It's pretty crazy to see the 5s do so well, the metallic 5s do so well, and like the foam posit not get the same traction. Unless they just haven't been doing enough marketing, and after it comes out, people go crazy, and then the price goes up. It's possible. I don't see that happening, but it's possible.
I mean, we'll see what happens, man. I'm definitely trying to grab them jumps just for myself.
We'll make it happen. We'll get a couple pairs in here.
Yeah, maybe on the next show. Maybe Monday.
Yeah.
PD gonna come in here with gifts for everybody. You heard it here first. Good. Monday, PD's pulling up.
Guys, I'm giving away Galaxy phone posits.
He's right here at the Haven.
February 30th, I'm coming out. I'm giving away Galaxy phone posits for everybody.
For everybody who gets here. First come, first serve.
Yeah. Make sure you get here. Mark the date, February 30th. I'm out here. Giving away phone posits.
You heard it here first. And when I cut this short, right, and cut this part out where I'm saying what I'm saying right now, he's going to be so tight. Yo, you got to take it down. Take it down.
Well, again, I said February 30th, bro.
Oh, shit, you got me with it.
I got it.
Put it in writing. He did get me just now.
Yeah, on February 30th. I'll put it in writing for you guys.
Oh, shit.
I'll put it in
this
writing.
This nigga got me with that shit. Damn.
I'll put it in writing.
Now I got to post this whole thing and make myself look like a fool. But anyway, look, man, that wraps up the content we got today. But what we do got coming up next after this break is we're jumping back into our artist spotlight. We got a few new entries, a couple old entries. We're going to break down some of these songs and really try to get into some music here. So, stay tuned, man. It's Beyond the Mic Live. It's your boy, Dallas the President, here with my mans.
Petey
And
Kerr.
we'll be right back. You heard? Yo, 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 yo. It's your boy, God's President, man. We're back.
Yo, Paper Plane Pete, we out here.
It's Beyond the Mic Live, you heard? But yeah, man, we're back. We're back, and we're done with the news and shit. Now we're about to get into some music, man. We have two new submissions tonight for the Artist Spotlight. I'll go over who they are when we play them, but first we're gonna bring back a song from last week that pretty much we all agree was a pretty dope track that deserves to be added to the mix. You know what I mean? So this is Brody Soprano's Oscuro. I think that's how you say it. But yeah, man, check this joint out. And let us know what you think about it in the chat, and make sure you like, share, and subscribe on the page, man. And share this with your folks so that we can continue to grow the channel and whatnot. But yeah, man, this is Brody Soprano, man. Check this joint out. Artist Spotlight, Beyond the Mic Live.
Tenlo por seguro, ella le gusta agarrarse la teta cuando ella mueve ese culo. Esta noche le doy duro cuando fumo un puro, ese toto un tsunami lo juro. Cuando la pego del muro, baby, no hay apuro, tu pussy ya tiene un conjuro. Cuando singamos locura, esto todo lo torturo, conmigo tú tienes un futuro. Cuando singamos locura, esto todo lo torturo. Cuando singamos locura, esto todo lo torturo. Cuando singamos locura, esto todo lo torturo. Cuando te lo metas, sé que ese tótico es tuyo, pero a mí me gusta cuando me lo empresta. Esa puta no habla mucho porque del corito ella es la más discreta. Tiene un cuerpo muy brutal, ella singa fatal cuando se pone fresca. La shorty se pone coqueta cuando ella escucha te toco, to 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 toco, to. Sé que tú eres freaky, los panties que tienen tan leaky, morenita como Kiki, en la cartera tiene el blicky. Pregúntale a Titi, la puta que tengo son freaky, la falda mini cero Mickey, en el culo le meto el miñiqui. Vamos a echar un quickie, no me dejo un hickey, el toto te sticky, le voy a dar el stiffy, piercing por la teta, ese culo se respeta, le escupo la boca, por perra le doy su galleta. Cuando singamos locura, esto todo lo torturo. 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 Cuando singamos locura, esto todo lo torturo.
Claro, está en medio del tejido de una vez. Me equivoqué de mal, ¿qué?
No, se me van de aquí, mamá.
¿Qué significa eso? Que tú estás a la moda, bro. Ahí, compadre.
That joint's fire.
Nah, I fuck with that shit, bro. And look, like I said before, I feel like I don't speak
Spanish.
none of what he was just saying.
But we're
I
the
don't
Bad
speak
Bunny
Spanish.
generation, man. Like, people don't need to understand the language you spitting in as long as
Well,
you're
here's the
spitting
thing.
is
Like,
fire.
even though you can also tell by his delivery, like, even as someone who doesn't speak Spanish and doesn't understand, you could tell by the delivery that it's not trash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
that
You
shit's
could tell
hot.
he's not
That shit's
just.
hot.
Now, Jay did tell me some of the lyrics, and it's a very sexual song.
All right, fair.
From what he's.
When I
what
heard
he's saying.
freaky and leaky, I had a feeling that
but the beat,
I
shout out
understand
to
what
their
the
producer
theme is,
because that joint, I fuck with that.
the video
track,
was
bro.
fire. The video was
video
fire.
was dope.
It looked like he put some real production value behind it.
Facts.
And again, like, the Spanish stuff plays at clubs so well, right? Because it's like dance music. And like, yeah, bro, that's very easily marketable what you're fucking doing. So you gotta keep that shit up. And you're gonna have your own audience, which is gonna be the Spanish speaking people. But then you'll have that international audience of like so many people who just like dance into your music, regardless of not knowing what you're saying.
Facts. And yeah, like you said, with like somebody like Bad Bunny who they give a lot of credit to because, you know, his sales and everything, but they never really speak to the fact that a lot of that market is people who are non-Spanish speaking, you know what I mean? So yeah, shout out to Brody Soprano, man. We definitely gonna keep that joint on the playlist, you know what I'm saying? But now we about to move into a couple new artists that have not been featured on the show before. Both are artists that I know personally. One's local here, another one's an artist from the 757 area. But we're gonna get into the local first. My little bro Glowstar.
Shout out Glowstar.
This is just a song, it's not a video, but it's called Too Lit. So check this joint out, man. Glowstar, Too Lit. It's Beyond the Mic Live.
Style, yeah. Niggas always talking, they ain't no shit, I'm tryna get rich, tryna take that risk, yeah. Niggas always talking, they ain't no shit. Nah, just look at your pockets, you niggas be broke as a bitch. Say they worry about what the fuck I'm doing, man. I'm too lit, yeah. I'm tryna get rich, yeah. I'm too lit. How you hating on your bro, little nigga, you wasn't with him in the gym. How you hating on your bro, little nigga, you told him you wanted to win. Yeah, no side out here full pimp, gotta stay on my 10. Yeah, this is real as it get. I just go get that bag and go right to the crib and get my bag. I'ma run it up again and again and again and again. Gotta stay on my shit, cause I'm never gon' quit. Niggas always talking, they ain't no shit. Just look at your pockets, you niggas be broke as a bitch. Say they worry about what the fuck I'm doing, man. I'm too lit, yeah. I'm tryna get rich, yeah. I'm too lit, 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 yeah. I'm tryna get rich.
That one I could understand.
Yeah.
Now that one I could understand.
Yeah, the bar is very low in terms of if this were a competition. Like I definitely can understand that one.
If one of the criteria was stuff I can understand and stuff I can't.
He's the winner right now.
Yeah,
he's in first place.
He's first place right now, and that shit was fire. That shit was fire.
Nah, shout out to Lil Brody, man. He's a local here. Like I said, he's recorded here multiple times. Friend of the Haven family. So shout out Glowstar, man. One more time for him.
Shout out Glowstar.
He's a young artist as well, so you know we definitely want to make sure we continue to provide a platform for artists like himself. And I think you had something to say to that effect.
So for whoever doesn't know, I'm a marketing consultant, right? So a lot of the clients I work with are musical artists, right? We have there's like a lot of hip hop artists, a couple EDM artists as well, and this is like, the type of, like we offer artist accelerator programs exactly for artists like Glowstar and for Oscuro, the artist
Brody
of
Soprano.
Oscuro, Brody Soprano, the artist of Oscuro. And like this is exactly the type of content you guys have to constantly push out if you want to be seen by people, right? So if you're just starting out social media, you're putting your stuff out there, hoping people see your stuff that, align with your vision, that listen to the type of music that you make. You got to get out there more. You got to make content and look at accelerator programs. There's a ton out there. If you want, reach out to me. I'll tell you what they are and how they work and how they really help artists, like, get the most out of their production value. So like the time you're spending inside of a studio paying somebody to master your stuff and to make your stuff, like putting the same amount of energy toward an accelerator program just makes it so you reach so many more people. So definitely reach out. If not me, other music, like, you could do it through your label. If you're not signed, you could do it through your manager, your agent. Like, they'll tell you exactly who to go to, but reach out to me if you don't have that. And, like, we can talk about accelerator programs and how you guys could really hit the next level of a consumer by continuing to do what you're already doing.
Right. And if you want more information, you can go to the link in our bio, Beyond the Mic Live on Instagram.
Right.
And our Beacon link. Yeah. And you can actually sign up to get more information about the program. So if you're really interested and you're serious about your career and moving forward, definitely hit us up. But yeah, man, shout out Glowstar. So we're gonna move into the I believe this is the final submission for the night, and this is a dude that I met. I can't remember. It was like a friend's birthday party or some shit like that, but it had to have been like 12 years ago. It had to be dumb long ago. Probably longer than that, for real. But he was doing his thing back then. He's a very talented singer, songwriter, producer. His name is Versatile. He's from the 757. He had a song that was to me pretty comical, but it went pretty crazy. I don't know if you ever heard that Thick Filet song.
I think
it was like the play on Chick-fil-A, but it was like,
I think I might have heard
you could use your imagination. But yeah, that shit went kind of crazy. He did a lot of dope shit off that track alone, and did a lot of dope shit in general, So shout out to Versatile. I found out that we had some mutual connections lately. Excuse me. And yeah, so he came back around, and that's how we got here. You know what I mean? So it's dope to see that he's still making music, and we're gonna check out this video, man. It's called No Competition, and this is Versatile, man. It's Beyond the Mic Live. We'll be right back.
Let's get it.
Huh? Young T. Versatile. Cat. Yeah, let this shit rock. Ooh. Heard the competition think they better than me, smart and way more clever than me. Haters thought that I would never succeed. Velveeta got my cheddar to squeeze. Hoes wetter like they came from the sea. Wrote my wrongs and sent the letter to me. I owe it to myself, indebted to me. Swipe it all and give the credit to me. It's Versatile, yeah, the letter is V. Hey, I'm in the 7 cities. Street is cold like 11 degrees. Cops will pull a gun and tell you to freeze. So blessed that it came with a sneeze. Making hits just like I'm David Ortiz. About to blow like it came with a breeze. Don't get the picture, I can paint it with ease. Woo. Swear I'm too blessed, thought it came with a sneeze. Gratuity, yeah, my flow come with fees. Take it all, I ain't gotta say please. Hate and envy is a common disease. I put that shit on like it came with some fleas. Life is Gucci, but I stay with some G's. I got a lot, but these ain't regular keys. I'm telling you, man, like I'm applying pressure like OP, like overpressure, you feel me? Like, how can you not know that I'm the realest unicorn in the flesh? I'm versatile, like I do it all, like I really does this shit. This was gonna happen. See, I need to stop with all them hat tricks, cause I'm not with all the capping. Living in the present, got a real gift, cause they say the boy be rapping. When I step out, it's a movie, but I'm not with all the acting. Perfecting your craft, gotta practice. That's why I'm on point just like a cactus. Give you my passion, dripping high fashion. Lights, camera, action. Only time I'm flashing, never catch me asking. Leave that for the ratchet. Only time they step is when they door dashing. Got a good memory, like a mattress. Haters, I just cut them off. Like my taxes top shelf, I'm just on another bracket. About to crash while they staying stuck in traffic. Whoa. Heard the competition think they better than me. Smart and way more clever than me. Haters thought that I would never succeed. Velveeta got my cheddar to squeeze. Hoes wetter like they came from the sea. Wrote my wrongs and sent the letter to me. I owe it to myself, indebted to me. Swipe it all and give the credit to me. It's Versatile, yeah, the letter is V. Hey, I'm in the 7 cities. Street is cold like 11 degrees. Cops will pull a gun and tell you to freeze. So blessed that it came with a sneeze. Making hits just like I'm David Ortiz. About to blow like it came with a breeze. Don't get the picture, I can paint it with ease.
We back. Yo, I fuck with that joint.
That joint's
I fuck
fire.
with that joint kind of heavy. I actually purposefully didn't watch it earlier. I like started it just to kind of see what it was,
Get
but
the vibe for it, yeah.
I wanted to see it live. But nah, I fuck with that shit like a lot.
Production value
and the
was
production
there.
was crazy.
Yeah, the production was there for sure.
I'm assuming he'd consider that a lyric video, but for that it was pretty fucking fire. But shout out to Versatile, man. He's been doing this music thing for a minute, and having longevity now, especially as somebody who started earlier on. Because when I met him, this was like Chicago backpack era, Chuck English, Cool Kids, kind of like time frame.
Yeah, I remember that.
And
yeah,
I'm not saying that's where he was. I'm just saying that's when I was in.
That's when
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
And
so he's been doing the thing for a while.
So he's been doing it for a minute. You know what I mean? Very unique dude. If you see him, you definitely gonna point him out of a lineup. He got like a unicorn like style,
sure, yeah.
like fucking.
He commits all the way. I respect.
But
that.
no, and I was gonna say,
all the way.
shout out to my brother Hassani Quest, man. He was one of the first artists that that's where I got my start with the whole management shit. But he was very unique, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he was the one that made me realize that like you could be like however you want to be, and make it, and that not only you could be who you want to be and make it, but you make it easier and more, you know what I'm saying, when you are who you are, you know what I'm saying, like, and I feel like nowadays so many people be trying to like mimic and be like, oh, well, if they did it like this is what I should do, and it's like, no, they did it how they do it, and it worked for them, you know what I'm saying, you got to find out what works for you, and you know what I'm saying, and then you do that.
You gotta pave your own way, yeah. Like people aren't gonna listen to like 4 people that sound the same. They're gonna listen to 4 people that have distinct sounds that they're in the mood to listen to. So like,
and you gotta be honest, like we live in an era now where it's like if somebody did that, there's people who be like, oh, that's mad corny, or like, why would you do that? Why you do that with your head? And I'm sure he probably gets that a lot. But I look at it from a whole different perspective, you know what I'm saying? I see it from a standpoint of like you the bravest nigga in the room type shit, you know what I'm saying? Where you could walk in the room. That's like if Steph B came in here with a purple wig on, you know what I'm saying? Like I'd be like, yo, this nigga think he Prince, you know what I'm saying? But like, at the same time, that's the first thing I look at when you know what I mean? So
how
I
are you
think,
gonna stand out? How are you gonna stand out?
Yeah, how you gonna say, exactly?
People
and then
meet 100 people every single fucking day.
Especially when your talent matches or exceeds your look, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely. So it's like you might look at him and be like, oh, that's a wild hairstyle or whatever. But first, got you already. The hook worked. I got you. Yeah. Now you go and look and you see, oh, not only is he independent and unique, his music is good. You know what I'm saying? He could sing, he could write, he could put a song together. He got visuals. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Versatile, man. And
you gotta keep grinding, man.
But yeah, that brings us to the end of the show, man. And I just want to take a second to thank our guest host, Mr. Petey Kerr. You know what I'm saying? He definitely held it down. Y'all can leave your feedback in the comments and let us know if he did a good job or not, if y'all want to see him come back. We've already been in talks about, other segments and shit like that we think could really happen and be dope. So, shout out Petey, man. Shout out my brother Jay. He'll be back on Friday. We got a dope show for y'all then. Shout out to our live audience. Today it's a small one, but we got people here. Shout out Shakira. Shout out Steph. And yeah, man, I'm Dallas for president, man. This is
Paper Plane Petey Kerr. I appreciate you guys having me, man.
Yeah, man.
You and Jay are doing a great job.
We trying, bro.
Through 2 seasons, you guys are really knocking them down one by one. So like seeing you guys really like propel this into what it's becoming is like a beautiful thing. I love it.
Nah, I appreciate it. I appreciate that. Yeah, man. But this has been season 2, episode 11 of Beyond the Mic Live. We'll be back on Friday. You heard? We up out of here.